Filming?
Rolling.
Perfect. So lovely. My name's Owen, I'll be your demonstrator for today. Now, are we relatively new to caravanning or?
18 months.
18 months. How confident are you with sighting and levelling your van?
Oh, we're
Fine.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah? So, if you got to a site and you're on a right lean, left to right, how would you level it up?
Alright, we got to do the, you make me do the front one first, to get the front back and then up on that side.
How would you get it up in the air? Would you do it off the legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
No?
Yeah. So, what it is, it's a bit of a misconception on caravans. The legs are on there are called steadies. So what they're there designed to do is stabilise your caravan for you. They're not designed to lift it up in the air. So, if you get to a site, most of them, like Oxfam that you're going to, and I love to stay up there, they're virtually level.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair enough, if you're on a slight lean, yes, you can use the legs just to slightly move it. But if you're on a decent lean, it needs to be wood underneath the wheels.
Okay.
Okay, so if you do go to any farmers' fields or things like that where you are literally on a field and you pull it up and it's a distinctive lean over, just decide where you're putting the caravan, put the wood down where the wheels are going to be, pull the caravan back forward, put the wood where the wheels are going to be, and then reverse it up onto the wood.
Okay.
So imagine when you pull it up onto the wood, from it being like that, we'll level it up for you. Okay, so it is a good idea to carry a small spirit level or something on the inside of the door, and you do left to right first,
Yeah.
and then obviously take it off the van, and then up and down is all done off the jockey wheel at the front. So once you've got it level left to right and front to back, it's that point you wind your forelegs down.
Okay.
Okay, that's why we check, because we'd rather give you the right information. All it is if you try and lift the van up in the air with them legs, you will end up bending the legs and even bending the chassis on your caravan.
Right.
So wood underneath the wheels.
Wood
if it's a
underneath the
big
wheels.
thing. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. So, other than that, I'll talk you through all the features externally on the van. I'll talk you through your bits and bobs in your starter pack. Then we'll jump inside, I'll talk about everything inside. If you've got any questions at any point, please feel free just to stop and ask away. There's no such thing as a silly question, so please, if it's in your mind, just ask away.
Okay.
And the main aim of this hour is, I'm not going to make you an expert in using your caravan in an hour, but it's a bit like getting a new mobile phone. I'm going to teach you to send a text message and make a phone call. The rest of the features you'll pick up the more time you spend in it. Okay, lovely.
Okay.
So, on the very front of it, the stabiliser hitch is the first one. So it needs to be a grease-free and a paint-free tow ball. I will take the paint off your tow ball today for you. All it is any shiny paint or grease or anything gets on the pads inside here, your stabiliser doesn't work for you. So the cleaner the tow ball, the better your stabiliser works. Then we've got your main hitch underneath, your breakaway cable. Handbrake on this one is as easy as handbrake off, handbrake on. Simple
Okay.
as that, no buttons or anything to press. Obviously jockey wheel, winds up and down and then raises and lowers on the bar, and then 13 pin for your lights and your electrics. Okay. Now, next thing we have got is ATC. So, what the ATC is an automated stability aid for the caravan. How it works, it's got motion sensors built into the caravan, and it senses if you're getting a bit of a snake on, it will automatically apply the brakes on the caravan. Now, it doesn't mean you can go down the road at 100 miles per hour. All it means is, if you do ever get into a sticky situation, say a wagon comes past you or there's a few ruts in the road, if the caravan is starting to snake, it will automatically apply the brakes to stabilise it for you. Now, it'll make more sense when I plug it into the van for you afterwards, but it goes through a light sequence in here. You'll hear the motors running, so it tests the brakes on and off, and then it goes a red light in here, and then it goes to either a green flashing or a green solid light. Now, a green solid light means you're good to go, the system's ready. A green flashing means it's not quite there yet.
Okay.
So all it is pull it down the road a few metres, stop, get out, have a look. Once you see a constant green light, you know your system's set and ready to go.
Cool.
Okay? Now, I'm going to talk about red lights for this system. Don't get alarmed by any of this, because I've never come across anyone that's ever had any problems with it. But we like to give you the information just in case. So, if you're ever plugging it in and it's got a constant red light in there, it's not going anywhere. First thing you try, just unplug it from the car, leave it a few seconds, plug it back in. Try that a few times. Yeah, that's it, that's all you're doing there. If the red light's not clearing, next thing you can try is leave the lead plugged in but uncouple it off the van and just see if you can rock the van. If you can move the van, it means the brakes aren't locked on, it means you can tow, it just means your ATC system isn't working.
Okay.
But then on the other hand, if you uncouple it off the van, you can't move it anywhere, brakes are locked on, it's a definite no tow.
Right.
Okay, as I say, please don't be alarmed by any of that. It's just in case you're the 1 in a millionth person that ever does have any problems with it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Lovely. So, into your gas locker on the front. Now, I've already fitted some of your kit in. So, I've already put in your brand new gas bottle and your brand new pigtail. So your gas system's set up ready to go
Brilliant.
for you. And all it is just on and off directly from the bottle.
Yep.
Okay, there is a gas shut-off valve just by your regulator here, but that's more for when the guys are safety checking your van.
Okay.
So for yourselves, just literally switch it on and off directly from the
On and
bottle.
off on the bottle. Right.
Okay, then into the front, we've also got your Alco jack, which comes with the van. You've got if I can hold it, come here, a wheel brace, your leg winder,
Yeah.
and then also your power cable in there as well for you.
How long is the cable? Long one.
50 metres, I think.
Oh, it's a long one.
Oh no, 25 metres, sorry.
Okay.
So
Thank
it's
you.
still,
Yeah, no, it's still pretty long.
should be
yeah,
long enough. We've then obviously got your step,
Yes.
your toilet chemicals.
Yes.
So the pink one is for your flush tank.
Yes.
So that's what flushes your toilet. The green one is for your toilet cassette.
Yes.
Now you may have used blue liquid before. The reason that we give you green now, if you do ever come and see us at I'd Love to Stay up there, we have on-site drainage for your toilet.
Okay.
So or on pitch, shall I say. So rather than trudging off around the site looking to empty your toilet, you can literally turn around and empty it on your pitch.
Oh, that's easy, isn't it?
Okay, a lot of the modern sites are going around that, but
Okay.
I'll talk more about that when I get round to your toilet. Then obviously we've got your Waste Master and also your Acarol as well.
Yeah, lovely. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any questions on the front end there, or are you happy with everything?
And I've got a question, but
Yeah,
not
go on.
really about how it works.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the gap down the side of the sunroof? Do they always look like that?
Some of them do, sadly. It's just the wear and tear of the vehicle, and sadly because it is a second-hand van,
Yeah.
not everything's going to be immaculate on
But
it.
it's not
because obviously
missing a... What,
No, it's not missing.
strip or
No,
anything?
no, it's all sealed. Obviously, it's had a full PDI.
Yeah.
It's had a full damp test and everything,
Okay.
so there's no issues with it. It's just literally cosmetically so.
Okay, and is there anything you can do to fix it, or is it just gonna...
No, not really. I mean, it's, as I say, it's cosmetic. There's no damage or anything to it. It's just the way it looks more than anything. And believe me, they're not the cheapest thing to rip it off and put it back
Well,
on.
no,
It's
that's
a
what I
very
was wondering,
expensive, very expensive fix.
Okay.
Okay then. So we'll mosey on round the side. So obviously your legs on the caravan on the front are both on the side.
Yeah.
So there's one this side and then
Yeah.
one obviously the other. There's your front legs. Now, first thing we come across, your Aldi heating vent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for your Aldi system, this is your central heating
Yeah.
as well as your 10 litre hot water boiler.
Okay.
Now, it'll run on gas electric or gas and electric at the same time. There's no
Yeah.
cover or anything to remove.
Okay.
The vent just sits there and does its job.
Okay.
Only thing to watch is not to lean anything up against this bit of the van,
Yeah.
because obviously a lot of heat is exchanged out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so next one down. So, water inlet.
Yeah.
So simple. Bottom one, if you look underneath here, says direct to tap.
Okay.
Okay, the one above it
Oh, okay.
says direct to tank.
Okay.
So this is where you decide if you want to run off your Acarol externally,
Yeah.
or you want to fill your onboard tank. So in the cupboard here is sort of another Acarol.
Okay.
So what it means, you can get to a site, put your Acarol here, instead of putting your water thing in the bottom one, which is just squeeze the trigger, gentle wiggle
Yeah.
off, you can simply plug it into the top one,
Yeah.
and then inside through the door is a tank fill button.
Yeah, okay.
When you press that button, all it does, it activates the pump on the end of here, draws the water out of here and fills your onboard
And how
tank.
big's the tank?
Similar size, it's
Okay,
about
so
50-60 litres, so
okay,
it's a
so
similar
one-
size to this.
one Acarol.
Then obviously once you've filled that internal one, what you can then do is come back out here, refill your Acarol and plug it back into the bottle.
Okay.
So what that means then, say you're in the shower and you've
Yeah.
used all your water outside here, all you need to do is underneath the bench there, turn the lever and you can draw off your internal tank rather than this one.
Ah, so useful
got
just for the
double, yeah.
shower then, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Because it's not, believe me, there's nothing worse than running out of water after your shower.
Yeah.
Especially if you've still got shampoo on your hair. So, as I say, I'll just show
Well,
you
that
your
might be
pipe.
useful actually.
So, on the bottom of here, there is a secondary pump, but as
Yeah.
I say, it only runs off this to fill the tank. When it's in for the normal direct to tap, it runs off an onboard pump inside.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
And have we got one of these blue...
That's
snuggly-
yours.
Oh, that's mine.
That's
okay.
yours. Yeah,
Cool.
it's just the
Lovely.
Acarol that's mine. The
Yeah.
pipe's yours
Yeah.
with the van.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, happy with that?
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely. So, next one down, we've then got your 240, your mains electrical hookup.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then also we've got at the back here, the white disc there is an
Yeah.
external satellite feed.
Oh, for
So
sites
if you
where
want to
they've
run
got
off a satellite,
Yeah.
you can run off, obviously put your cable to the satellite dish and then into there, and I'll show you where it comes out inside the
Okay,
van.
okay.
Or vice versa, you can get a screw attachment that goes on top of that that turns into a TV aerial.
Okay.
So if there's a TV signal on a post where you're staying,
Yeah.
you can run your cable from the post to there, and then again I'll show you where it comes out inside the
Cool.
van for you.
Fantastic.
And the black one at the bottom there is the isolation key for your motor mover. But I'll give you a demonstration in your motor mover for you at
Okay.
the end of
Yeah,
the
thank you.
demonstration. Then next door, we've got your lovely brand new 12-volt battery all fitted in, ready to go for you. So your battery system's set up ready.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay. So we'll keep coming down. So obviously where my bucket is your waste outlets.
Yeah.
So that's the grey waste from your kitchen sink and also your shower and your bathroom sink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you were staying up at Love to Stay, what I'd probably say is I'd get an extra bit of the waste pipe.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did show you. Did I show you waste pipes at the front?
No, but we've.
I'll show it for you after. So it's just the dual pipes, but the ones they've given you now, you've got the two short section and a shorter one, which you'd use your Waste Master.
Yeah.
But if you are going to come and see us up at Love to Stay,
need a long one.
if you get a 2 metre length,
Yeah.
you can obviously put your Y section in there, put the long one on it, and you can run it directly into a drain there.
Yeah.
So it saves you using your Waste Master. Just remember for your Waste Master, your Akerol's 50 litres, your Waste Master's 60. So once you've run out of fresh water, 9 out of 10 times you need to empty your Waste Master at the same time. Okay?
Yes.
So, next one down, toilet. Now, have you had a flush tank before?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're happy, water and the pink
Yeah,
liquid
yeah.
in the
Pink,
top.
pink in the
flushes
top, the set comes out the bottom.
Yeah, that's it, that's it.
Same cassettes,
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and they've got old trolley dolly.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for the ladies not emptying them out.
It's not, I lose my job normally.
Perfect, perfect.
I even know the wheels pop back on when they fall off.
Are you happy?
2 seconds.
Yeah, no, go on, go on. Yeah, you're happy with the use
Yeah,
of the
we're
set?
good with those,
So
yeah.
this is where I'll just talk about green liquid in here.
Alright,
What it means at Love to Stay, you can literally lift up the back drain and empty it where you stand on your
Oh,
pitch.
right,
so
yeah.
that's where the green liquid is.
Yep.
It's a winner there. Now, to drain off your tank here, there's a lovely rubber hose, sits in the top there. All you simply do is pull that bung out and you can drain the contents of this tank down.
Brilliant.
Now, if you filled this up and hardly used it, definitely drain some off before you get on the road.
Yeah.
Main reason being, imagine it sloshing away when you're going down the road, it can slosh out inside the van. So what I tend to carry is one of them big square squash bottles. All I do is drain mine back into the bottle, chuck the bottle in my gas locker, next time I go away, I only have to tip the solution back in.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
yes, of
I
course,
see so many people wasting it and I think you've paid for it,
Yeah,
there's no
it
point
seems
tipping it
to,
down the
yeah.
drain. And then obviously your cassette just nicely locks back into place.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Yep.
Perfect. So, goes on round the back. So, I know Stuart's making you a number plate up.
Yep.
Once it's done, we'll get that stuck on for you. All I want to show you on your back end, so, your legs have got these lovely guides on. What it means is, when you're putting your leg winder on, you don't even have to bend down, you can just shove it up the pipe.
That's easy, isn't it?
Okay, so you don't even need to look for it. The other good thing it's got, see the holes in the ends? When your legs are down, what you can buy is the long padlocks, and you can lock your legs in place. So what it means, I know you've already had one pinched, obviously imagine with your legs down like that, with the lock in it, no one can get anything in there without
want one of
cutting that
those,
lock
yes.
off to get it. So get the padlocks and then it means your legs are locked down in place for you so no one can get them up. Okay? Then, round this side. Now, I don't know if
Yeah.
Stuart's explained to
No.
you, we have, it was broken, so we've removed it, but we're waiting for one on order.
Okay.
So it is on order. Sadly, with the older caravans, they're not items that they stock. They're probably making that for us.
Okay.
So as soon as it's in, we'll get it fitted on.
Brilliant.
But
Thank you.
there's more. There's like a snagging appointment. I'll explain on it afterwards.
Okay.
But don't worry about it because we will need to see the van again. So we'll get everything put right down for you.
Thank
Okay. So doors, the next thing. Especially show the young lady the release catch on your door.
Yeah.
Because believe me, you will not believe how many of these and those we replace from people ripping and snapping.
I always
the
had
door.
one like.
Yeah, that's
Alright,
right,
that one,
perfect.
yeah.
So, and visitors as well, make sure
Oh
that
yeah.
you show them.
Yes.
So, next one down, wheels and tyres. They put all the information here on the door.
Yeah.
So it's 65 psi per tyre, and I know it's 130 newton metres for your wheel nuts.
And do you know how old the tyres are?
No, but I do know if they were close to needing to be done, we would have done them for
Okay,
you.
brilliant,
So
thank you.
I'm not trained up in the codes on them,
Yeah.
but I know with our engineers, if they're coming close to the end of their life, we will just have replaced them for you.
Cool. We'll check them at next service in that case.
Yeah, perfect. Now, for your wheel nuts, I will torque them. Start again. They've been torqued in the PDI. I will torque them again for you today, but from today onwards, it's down to yourselves.
Okay.
So if you've got a torque wrench, fantastic. If not, just use your tyre iron I showed you in the front.
Yeah.
Just make sure your wheel nuts are nice and tight before you get on the road.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So, keep coming down. So, fridge vent, not much too exciting. I've currently got it running on gas, so a
Okay.
lot more heat comes out of this one side.
Okay.
Other than that, heat's exchanged out the back. It's no different than your fridge at home. All it is you don't walk around the back of your fridge
Yeah.
at home, so you don't realise.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll keep coming down. Then what? external 240.
Oh,
so you've
yeah,
got mains
cool.
power
Yeah.
outside. And then put up in your front locker. Main thing I want to show you is your alarm box here.
Oh, okay.
So, with your alarm system, it's got a
Yeah.
tilt sensor, so if
Yeah.
anyone lifts your van up in the air,
Yeah.
it triggers the alarm.
Okay.
Also, if anyone moves around internally,
Yeah.
it'll trigger your alarm
Yeah.
system. Now, when this system's fully charged, it's got 3 months worth of battery life there.
Okay.
But obviously with your leisure battery and your solar panel,
Yeah.
it's continuous as such. But imagine if I take everything else away, you know you've got a minimum of 3 months
Okay. Cool.
supply in there. Okay. And then last bit,
Gas barb.
gas barbecue point.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, any other questions on the outside? Do you think I've covered everything?
That was good, isn't it?
You said you'd cover the motor mover after.
Yeah, I'll do the motor mover and obviously
No,
the
that's
lights
it
and
then.
hooking, I have to do that afterwards. Well, if you're happy,
Yeah.
if you want to jump inside, then we'll make a start on the inside.
No, you're some talking, I'm afraid.
Oh, I had that look of you. You're not going to come in here talking. No, I am going to come in here talking.
Disturb me.
So, first place I want to go is just underneath this bench. So I don't know if you want to take a seat on the one behind you there.
Yeah.
So, underneath here,
Water tank.
in the very top corner there,
Yeah.
there's your Aldi heating system.
Okay.
So that's got your 10 litre hot water boiler as well as your central heating system.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing to switch on and off, just literally showing you where the
Right.
unit is. Next one down, your lovely onboard water tank.
Yeah.
So, simple to use. Remember, externally, all you're doing is filling the tank.
Yeah.
So to change the direction of where you pull it from is that white lever there. Now, I have coloured in your little map thing on here
Okay.
because the only part they could get is the wrong way up.
Okay.
So do you see the pen marks I've put
Yeah.
on there? They're the directions it needs to be in.
Right.
So for external, which means Acarol is straight up in the air. To pull off your tank is turn it down so it's pointing across this way.
Okay.
So that's, oh, I can reach. That's,
so that's
drawing out
using
the tank.
for the right.
Yeah, so that's pulling water out of here.
Yeah.
But then for your Acarol, it's just straight up in the air.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now to drain it down, there's 2 yellow drain off taps.
Yeah.
One that end, one this end.
Flip them up.
Yep, lift them up in the air. What that does, it drains this tank down, it
Yeah.
drains your hot water boiler down,
Yeah.
and if you leave your taps open in the central position between hot and cold,
Yeah.
it'll drain all your pipe works
Yeah,
out and everything,
brilliant.
and then everything simply drains out underneath your caravan.
Lovely. Lovely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then when you come to use it again, all you need to do is close down your yellow taps,
Yeah.
connect your water outside, switch your water pump on, and it's you pulling water through your taps which primes up your system ready to use.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Okay.
That's the same.
Happy with that?
Brilliant.
Lovely. Perfect. Yeah, sorry, I tried to make it as easy as I can
Yeah,
on
no,
there.
that's all right. And we got it on video.
That's all right. Perfect. Perfect.
Once
Invaluable.
we've done it once or twice, we'll
So,
remember.
sorry, the next one down, the blue box here, that's your computer for your motor mover.
Oh, okay.
Now, you're fine to store some small items in here,
Yeah.
but I certainly wouldn't shove any bedding or anything in here, because obviously your electrics in here do need a bit of air to breathe.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't heat it up.
So, we might as well do your consumer unit while we're here, so just above us here. So, the white box in the back here, that is the box for your solar panel.
Okay.
Now, your solar panel is like the best dog you've ever owned. It walks itself, it feeds itself, it even cleans up its own mess in the garden. It just sits there and does its job.
Okay.
As you see, it's got a light flashing on it now.
Yeah.
That means it's putting some power in.
Yeah.
If the 2 lights are solid, it means it's putting all its power back in the battery.
Yeah.
And if there's no lights on it whatsoever, it's said it's night time, I've got nothing to do, it just shuts itself down.
Okay.
Okay. What your solar panel will do, it won't keep your battery fully charged,
Yeah.
but it keeps enough life in it. So next time you go away, all you need to do is plug your electrics in and your battery will recharge fully back
Okay.
for you. So it extends the life of your leisure battery rather than it going flat.
Okay.
Okay. So moving on to the actual control panel up here yourself. Top one here is just a red light.
Yeah.
That will light up to let you know the power is reversed externally. The main times that will go off, if you ever go abroad,
Yeah.
the French and the Germans, their power is reversed to ours. So their positives are negative, if that makes
Okay.
any sense.
Okay.
All it means, if you plugged it in without this system, it will frazzle all your electrics.
Okay.
But what it does, it shuts the power off in here. So if you ever see that lit up,
Yeah.
that's letting you know there's a problem with the power externally.
Right. Okay.
Okay, next one down, battery charger. I would just leave that one on, the same as this one is your heating and your hot water.
Yeah.
All it is your heating system was ahead of time compared to this.
Okay.
So you only need to have that one switched on, so your
Okay.
space heater one.
Okay.
And all that does is send the mains power to the unit, but you're in control of it on your control panel on the end there.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you can just leave them two on constantly.
leave them on.
Yeah, because they're only ever live when you're plugged into the mains.
Right,
And when
okay.
you're on the mains, A, you want your battery charger going recharging up your batteries, and B, you want your heating and hot water on mains electric.
Okay. In our old van,
Yeah.
we had to have that switched off until the water tank was full. Is that not
Not
the
anymore,
case
not anymore.
Okay, that's
So,
fine.
foolproof system now.
Yeah.
That tank in there will not heat up until there's water in it.
Right,
So you can switch everything on you like, but until there's water in it, it will not heat up. So no, you don't. Them concerns are gone.
We
Gone.
spent 15 minutes
Yeah,
waiting for it to
tripping out.
reset. So.
Yeah, no. You can just leave it switched
Okay.
on, and it only heats up when there's water inside
Lovely,
the tank. So
lovely.
no water damage. And the one at the bottom that says water heater, it should just say spare because
Yeah.
it does nothing. If you want a pretty orange light on, switch it on. If you don't want a pretty orange light on, just turn it off.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So obviously your stereo in the middle there. Now system shutdown button here.
Yeah.
Where are you storing your van?
In a storage compound.
Is it inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside, perfect. I probably wouldn't bother switching this off then if it's outside, because obviously your solar panel will be working away to keep your battery topped
Yeah.
up. If you were storing it inside or you were covering the van up, I would definitely switch that off, because what that does is stop any drain off your 12 volt system.
Okay.
But obviously if you've got it outside and you can get power to the solar panel, just leave it on, because your solar panel will whir away and keep your battery
Yeah.
topped up for
Okay.
you. And then we've got 240 breakers, 12 volt fuses.
Okay.
Okay, and then there is a lovely diagram in the back here, 240 breakers, 12 volt fuses.
Okay.
Okay, so any electrical problems, there's your first port of call.
There.
Okay,
Okay.
happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, next one down, we'll go do the control panels by the door.
Okay.
And I'll get the heating and things out of the way. And this is the last most complicated thing, and then believe me, the rest of it's just your basic caravan then.
Right.
So, first one is control panel above the door here. Now, I'll show you. You think your panel's off, it's not, it just goes to sleep. So to wake it up, you can just press any of the buttons and it wakes your screen up.
Okay.
So now, power off. As you see, everything's off.
Yeah.
The only two items that are left on, one is your heating panel, which is here,
Yeah.
and two is your fridge. So there's, if you're powering everything down, it's 1, 2, 3 to switch off.
Right.
But other than that, power back on. Now as you see, all your lights come on as soon as I press that. That's only because I've physically gone round and turned everything on. So for
Yeah.
example, you see that spotlight's off. So if I just click it on,
Yeah.
you can see all that power does is send the power to all your light switches.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, what it's showing us on the screen, the little one in the lightning strike here is letting us know we're running on mains electric. The one inside the caravan letting us know we're running on the leisure battery, and the one on the power panel is obviously just letting us know we're switched on.
Yep.
Okay, we've then got view levels. So this shows us the condition of your leisure battery. If we were plugged into the van, it will show you the condition of the van battery.
Okay.
But also, it shows you the amount of water on your fresh water tank.
Okay.
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 Next one over, water pump. Now, when I switch your water pump on, it's going to buzz at me, letting me know there's no water in that tank. All you need to do is press view levels and you can silence that buzzer. So if you're not using the tank,
Yeah.
perfect. But obviously if you are, you do want to know when it's running low. So
Yeah.
the system will tell you when it's running out. Next one over, tank fill. So this is where you fill your onboard tank. So remember, it's externally.
Plug it into the top one.
Yep. Come in
and
here,
press the button.
press that, and what that does is switch that pump on externally
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
What you do need to do is just keep an eye on it. When it's finished doing, you need to turn it back off.
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise that poor little pump's out there and it's just going to be woo, 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 running away. So keep your eye on it. You can either just watch it in here when that's full, knock it off, or you'll be able to hear it as well, because you know the sound difference between a full water barrel or an empty, so you'll hear it out there.
Okay.
Okay, and that's about it for that panel. Are you happy with everything
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. No,
Perfect. So we'll do the heating one round the corner next. So I'll step outside,
Okay.
see if you can see it now. So all it is, if you look when I push the left to right arrows,
Yep.
it changes what's flashing on the screen. Now see I'm flashing on now. So if I push off, it turns the system off, and obviously if I press on, it turns your heating system on. Okay? So, first one across now. You see I'm flashing on the little thermometer there? This is setting the temperature for your thermostat. And all you simply do, same as your heating at home, is just plus and minus, oh, wrong button, sorry. Plus or minus it to whatever level you want.
Okay.
So say 20 degrees now. So what the van will do, if it drops below 20 degrees, your central heating will kick in. It literally heats up a hot water solution and circulates it around the van. What it is, it's turned the whole outside of your van into a giant radiator. So you will never, ever, ever be cold inside this van.
That's the one.
So remember, first one across, thermostat, so it's just plus or minus, it's to
Okay.
whatever level you want. Now, obviously, if it's summer
Yeah.
and you're thinking, oh, I don't want my heating on, all you simply need to do is just turn it right down.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to turn it off as such, just turn it down. And you
Okay.
can turn it down as low as 5 degrees.
Yeah,
and to be perfectly honest, if it's 5 degrees, I'll be thinking about wanting some heating on.
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Okay, so you're happy with the thermostat?
Yeah,
Lovely.
brilliant.
Right, now, next one over with the tap symbol is hot water boost.
Okay.
As soon as you turn this boiler on,
Yeah.
your hot water tank is already ready to heat up.
Yeah.
As I say, it only heats up when there's water there.
Yeah.
But what this one is, it's not switching it on, it's boost mode.
Yeah.
What water boost mode means, it switches off your central heating, puts all its power into that water boiler for you.
Yeah.
The time that you'd use that, say if the lovely young lady's been in the shower and nicked all your hot water, if you turn water boost mode on, as I say, it switches off your
It'll
heating.
just heat the tank back up again. And
Yeah, but it heats it faster than it
Yeah.
would do in normal
Okay.
operation.
Okay.
But remember, when you're finished with that function, you do need to come and turn it back off again.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so next one across, the little flame symbol, this is your gas power for your boiler.
Yeah.
So if you want to run it on gas, have it on. If you don't want your gas, just turn it off.
Okay.
Okay, next one over is your electric. So it's either electric off or it is 1 kilowatts or 2 kilowatts.
Okay.
Now, the difference between them is the easiest way of describing it. Think of Granny May's electric bar fire.
Yeah.
So, 1 is 1 element, 2 is 2 elements.
Okay.
And the more power you throw at the unit, the faster everything will heat up for
Okay.
you. So, deepest, darkest winter, definitely have it on 2 on the electric, and I would even pop the gas on at the same time.
Okay.
And now that's maximum power in, so that means you're going to get maximum power out.
Do you want the spacer back on that or not? Or just want just the table putting on?
Well, I don't know, does it need it?
Well, the clearance is alright on it, but
Yeah?
depends if they want it or not.
Yeah.
No, the spacer was just there because when we